Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Cooking with Indian. Yours truly, Chef Indian here. And today what we're going to be doing is another recipe that you guys requested via Instagram. We're going to be doing some barley mushroom risotto, right? So we start the show today. Barley, this is all you would be needing. This should feed about 4 or 5 people comfortably. 300 grams here. We have some portobello mushrooms, some diced garlic, diced parsley, diced onion, parmesan shredded, olive oil, white wine, vegetable stock and cream. And we're gonna head straight into it. Catch me at the stove, let's go. So we have all our ingredients lined up. We have our pot screaming hot, so let's go one time. Pouring in about 2 to 3 tablespoons. Let's say 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And we're gonna go in with our diced onions. We're gonna let this saute for a little bit till translucent. We don't wanna burn it or get it too brown, right? Get that really nice smell of the olive oil as well as the onions saute in here. Now you all might be wondering about the recipe as well. So it's barley risotto. We've substituted the arborio rice for barley to make it a little bit healthy. What I've also done is try to keep it a little bit more on the vegetarian side, so it doesn't have any meat components to it. I eliminated any meat stock and used the vegetable stock. If you guys was thinking about doing something that is more on the vegan side, you could probably substitute the palm for something like a tofu that would give you the same feel as a cheese. And you could probably also use something like an oat milk or something that has a neutral flavor but the same milk consistency. Like I wouldn't go too much for a hazelnut or almond milk because it's so potent with that flavor, or even a coconut milk. So I think oat milk might be a best bet, but if there's any other milk that is vegan and has a neutral flavor, go for it. Alright, so we are sorted up really nice here. We're gonna go with the minced, well not minced, diced garlic. Why diced garlic? Because if you use minced garlic, it's going to cook too fast, it's going to burn. Diced garlic is a little bit larger, so you control it a little bit more. Alright, so we're going to let this saute together now for a little bit. And you could get that smell of the garlic immediately as well. Very pungent. Stings the nostrils. As my friend Ron Burgundy would say.
Stings the nostrils.
Alright, this is pretty good here, and since the garlic will continue to cook along the way, we could go ahead with our mushrooms one time. So this is about 3 large heads of portobello mushrooms. Just remember, with mushrooms you don't have to wash them, or you actually shouldn't wash them, because mushrooms tend to act like sponges, so they absorb a lot of moisture, and you don't really need any more residual moisture in your risotto as it stands, because you're going to have enough moisture via the stock and whatnot. Yeah, so you're just going to let this sit here and let it wilt down, so to speak. It's going to release some moisture, and then we're going to go in with the barley. Right, so as you can see here, the mushrooms have been sauteed down really nicely. They smell really good as well. And we're going to go in with the entire bag of the barley. A little bit remaining there. So why we'd go in with the barley into it like this, like you don't pour it into a boiling liquid or anything, is because you want to saute it in the oil together with the aromatics to get the nuttiness of the barley out of it. So you saute it and let the oils permeate in it. And the heat bring out that nuttiness of the barley, the heat and the oil. and it's all going to marry together with the flavors of the onion, the garlic, the mushrooms. You don't have to do this too long, but you know, you make sure it starts absorbing that flavor. It gets a nice heating through. So this is done for just about a minute. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add some white wine. So white wine is also going to enhance the flavor. This is just about a half a cup, let's say. Ideally, when you're cooking with any kind of wine, be it white or red, choose a wine that you would drink. Don't go and buy those cheap cooking wines. Just makes sense. Right? And you let that wine just kind of reduce inside of here. Right? You can also get a really nice smell of that wine as well. Right, so as you could see, barley has absorbed a lot of the wine. You're still getting the residual smell of the wine though, the aroma, which is good. And now we're going to go in with the veg stock, right? So we're not going to pour in the entire thing. What we do when you're doing risotto is you pour in a little bit at a time and you allow it to absorb. Right, that's how you typically do it with arborio. Same principle goes along with the barley. The thing is, when it's actually finished, it is soft with a slight bite to it, so it's sort of al dente. So we're just gonna keep stirring this. This is on let's say medium-high heat. This is not a power burner that it's on. So we're just gonna keep stirring it until the liquid is absorbed, and then we're going to pour a little bit more again. Typically when you're doing risotto, they keep the stock in a pot, piping hot to go in, but it's not actually necessary for the barley, because the barley cooks a bit quicker than the arborio rice. So you can just pour it directly from the box and allow it to absorb into the barley, right? But we're just going to go a little bit at a time until the barley reaches the cooking state that you're looking for, which is, as I said, the al dente mouthfeel. Right? So we added in the last of the vegetable stock and allowing the barley to absorb it fully before we continue. We're almost to the end. So now, fully absorbed all the vegetable stock. Don't forget throughout the process to season the risotto with salt and pepper according to your taste. Just make sure and taste it in between to see that it has the right amount of salt. And now we're going to go in with the cream. So we're going to do about, say, a half a cup of cream in here. And we're going to go in with about a half a cup of parmesan as well. I reduce the heat a little bit so that it doesn't boil over, basically, or overcook. Just as I said, we're to the end now, so it's just to pull everything together. Right, as you can see, it's very hot. Everything is coming together very easily. And your risotto is supposed to have that nice, moist finish there. I think I'll add a little bit more cream and a little bit more parmesan. It's about a quarter. And a quarter. Nice. And just for a little additional urbiness, we are going to add a little bit of our chopped parsley here. And that is about it, ladies and gentlemen. You have your mushroom barley risotto. So let's get this plated here. Finish it off with a little bit of fresh, nice parsley. That's it. Guys, and now for the final thing, take a taste. That is spot on. So you get the creaminess of the risotto from the parmesan and cream, texture from the bite of the risotto, because as I said, it's al dente, all the different flavors, the wine, the herbaceousness of the chopped parsley, the aromatics, the sweating of the onions and the garlic, all the different notes you get all together combines to give you a really great dish. And just remember, this is more on the vegetarian side. If you want to do something that has a more meat flavor to it, you can change your stock. You can add meat into the mix while you're making your risotto, or you could do like I did previously and make shrimp scampi to go on the side. However you want to do it is up to you, but this is a base, a great base as a matter of fact, for you to do whatever you feel like. So just remember the notes I gave you about making it more of a vegan dish. Try it out, guys. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, enjoy. Chef Indian again, we out.